This is RexRed. I am back with another awesome Ez3DTv tutorial. It took me an hour to get my keyboard switch to work again. And you know, I don't know why it's working, but I'm just not going to talk about it right now in hopes that it will stay working. So we are back with another awesome tutorial here today. So I have an idea for a scene in my head, and we'll see. I don't know what I look like here. And Cherry, I don't know if you made it in here, but it's kind of news to me because when I set a broadcast up to, that I'm planning on using, apparently it goes out and tells people that I might be about ready to broadcast. So that's kind of news to me. It would mean that possibly I have broadcasts sitting there like waiting, people waiting for it to start, and it doesn't. And it may never start. So here we go. We are in Daz Studio. Without too much introduction, we're going to get to work here. It says we have an excellent connection. I am surprised because everything else tonight has been breaking down. You know, that kind of night that you get. Everything's a mess. I've had to haul out all kinds of suitcases and boxes looking for a power supply. And you know, you always with a power supply have to get like a label, clear piece of tape or something, and put something on it and say what the power supply is for, because these manufacturers, they want you to have a box of 1 million of them and not know which one, and then you have to look at volts and watts and amps and all of these other things to figure out. And you plug it into your device and it starts to smoke, and you say, I guess I got the wrong power supply. I'll have to buy a new one. Yes, imagine that, having to buy a new one. But you know what? All this USB stuff has made things much easier, where everything you just plug it into one of those USB cubes and hope that works. So, all right, we are here, and what we're going to start off with is some kind of piece of like ground. Let's see, ground, G-R-O-U-N-D. I have a different keyboard tonight because my other keyboard wasn't switching my stuff around for me. Those are MDLs. Okay, this looks like those are shaders. Where is the actual ground? Here it is, prop, ground. Well, that kind of looks like a ground. This could work very well, I think, for what I'm intending to do with it. Why does it look like I have leaves here? Maybe it comes with like falling leaves. It looks like it does. Will that work? Okay, what I'd like to have is, okay, this is going to be our ground, I guess. We'll leave it like that. How about this ground instead? Oh, falling leaf instances. Okay, let's get rid of those. But this ground kind of works. Then I need a rock. I need a rock. Props. Rocks. Rocks with a vine. Parameters. Why translate? Oh, I have some good news, people. I don't think these rocks are going to work. I have finally reached the threshold, I guess, that I needed to reach for my channel to get monetized, but it's not completely there. I've reached what to me is the hardest one, and that is the 4,000 hours a year. People have watched my videos 4,000 hours this year. So thank you, people. Rex is here. I am here. And Cherry, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is very nice to have you here tonight. So, yeah, I have reached the, oh, thanks for the, the congratulations, Smiley. Thank you very much. Very, 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 very much. That's a tiny rock. That's not what I need. A bigger rock than that. What I need to do is put a figure into my scene. So we're going to go. So welcome, welcome. We are looking for, where is my Genesis 9 figure? I think I've got him on this second page here. Yes, Genesis 9. I am actually on time tonight. Well, that is lovely. Thank you for being on time tonight. So you get to hear the story of what's going on in my life. This is what I kind of do at the beginning, is tell everybody about all these terrible things going on in my life, or good, depending on what is the case. So we need to put some pants on this figure, and I'm going to use this to do it. Where are my pants? Most used. I guess they're right here. And that works very easy. Then we take our Genesis 9 figure and move them up. And this is actually perfect right now for what I want. But right now, what I do want is this to be the front. And then I want my figure, oops, that's the wrong thing, to rotate. Why rotate around like that? And why rotate? And over here, they're going to be in the center. And I think they're going to be ahead a little bit like this. And they're going to be standing on a rock. Okay. So, yes, very nice to have you here tonight. I figured I'd sing that. So, yes, it is very nice. And Cherry. So we are looking for a rock. We need a, not just any rock. It's got to be a big rock. I think that's our rock, but I'm not positive. If it comes up and it's just a small one again, no, that's a big, good-sized rock here for him to stand on. What he's done is he's climbed a mountain. I've climbed a mountain. And he's standing on a rock like this. And we're going to zoom out a little bit. Not too much. We're going to put the rock ahead a little more. And what we'll do is scale it a bit. I guess we can scale it some. And he's gotten to the top of the mountain. And he's standing on a rock. So we're going to put a camera in the scene, create. Okay, I don't have a camera yet, so, but this is just as good. Copy this, accept. And we're going to go here. lock the camera. And now we can kind of zoom around and see if he's actually standing on this. I have modeled lots of things in Blender, and rocks, caves are some of the hardest to model since I overthink things. Really, it's just pushing and pulling a sphere into a rock-shaped blob and texturing it, of course. I think the texturing part is the hardest, but I could be wrong about that. I've been wrong before, but I would think that the texturing part. But you have like whatchamahookah? It's called why rotate. You have Substance Painter, which probably makes it a lot easier to do that. So we have to move, I think what we'll do is move our ground back a little bit like this. Howdy, Serenity's Gate. We have N Cherry here tonight. And now we have Serenity's Gate. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I have a vision. It's I don't know how close a vision is to a dream. It's kind of like sort of a dream, but not quite, you know. But it's I have a vision, and it's to put this guy here on this rock. Here, X translate, Z translate. So, yes, welcome people. All right, I think that I should rotate the rock around like this maybe. X translate, scale the rock up. Dude, we need you standing on the rock. We need you on the rock. Okay, and then we're going to pull the rock down like that. And pull this guy down, my Genesis 9. Well, he's not a guy yet. He's waiting to become one, but we haven't made him into a guy. He's not a guy or a girl. So, and he's okay with that, you know. He doesn't think that's too bad. So, all right. Why do we have a dead branch here? Okay, I think I've got to rotate. I don't want a dead branch there. It says grass. What is this? Okay, so we're going to have to spin our ground around a little bit more. Why rotate? So we don't have a dead branch. Okay. Now we're going to bring, that looks pretty good, I guess. So, but we're going to bring the rock, make the rock a little smaller. The smaller I make the rock, the better, the higher its texture is going to look. So you can probably relate to that, and Jerry. And then we'll bring him down a little more. And then it's kind of more of a precarious perch rather than it being like a very wide kind. It's like kind of just barely there kind of thing. Let's see what we've got here. Is he? Okay. I got the twitchies in my hand here. All right. It looks like he's standing there pretty good. And I might need to take mesh grabber and pull this side of the rock up a little bit. So, but I'm not going to do that yet until I've kind of got everything situated in the scene, kind of the way I want it. Now, in front of him is going to be this vast, deep canyon with Ultra Scenery XT, and maybe he'll have his hands up in the air like this kind of thing, like I don't know. And I might put a few more little rocks around here, like a little perch kind of thing. I'm not sure. But Angus, I am online. We are here. We are here. Lovely to have you come in from the hinterlands, my friend. Very lovely. Lovely, lovely. So we are making another scene. I'm not really showcasing any product tonight, except, every time I use Ultra Scenery, whether if it's Ultra Scenery or Ultra Scenery XT, we're showcasing a product. So that is what we're doing. We are. Now maybe we need another rock, like here, and bring this up. And scale that parameters, scale that down a little smaller, and bring that in like this. And down. Down, doobie-doo, down, down. Comma, comma, down, doobie-doo, down, down. Breaking up is hard to do. Don't take your love away from me. Okay. Cause breaking up is hard to do. Remember when. Okay. Neil Sedaka, eat your heart out. Art, you're here. Or we could do the slow version of that. Breaking up is oh so hard to do. And how about some little pebbles? We'll put this one in, and we'll bring that up. I hope these little rocks aren't like a gigabyte each. That would kind of suck. It all depends on the very nice, people. I have an announcement. My channel has finally reached the threshold of 4,000 hours. Yes, 4,000 hours. We have reached the threshold of 4,000 hours. Now I only need like 120 subscribers, and my channel is then YouTube has to approve it and see that they approve of it. And if they do, then we've got our channel monetized. Okay, there's some rocks. And so now Cherry, the criteria for monetization is for like non-shorts. Like shorts, it's like 1 million. You have to like have 1 million views. And I don't know how many subscribers for shorts, but for I'm serious. You have to have 1 million views on one of your videos to get monetized for shorts. But then the for regular videos like what I do here, you have to have 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. And currently, now what I could do, I could possibly try to advertise my channel on my Flock of Angels channel, but that's just not really right, because really what I guess I don't care who I mean, it's not that I don't care. I don't mind who subscribes to my channel. But, you know, I would prefer them to be Daz artists and people that are interested in the content of the channel. So, you know, once I get that 1,000 Daz artists, which I tend to think that a lot of the subscribers, I have 1,000 subscribers on my channel, they're probably from my gay romance channel, and they come in here and they see me working here in Daz and they say, oh, that's nice. And they probably don't even realize that I'm the RexRed who's been making these videos that they love. So, but they come in and sometimes they'll just come in and say hi, you know, and they do know who I am. And, but usually they don't, you know, so they just don't get it, you know, so. All right, I think my rocks, okay, we're going to call this, oops, why do we have a repeating S? Okay, we're going to call this, rock, mountain heights. Mountain height. All right, I'm not sure that that's what the name is going to be, but in front of here is going to be a big, expansive world. Okay, all right, so let's go to Ultra Scenery XT, and we're going to add this. Okay, and I think, okay. I knew that was going to happen. Suddenly I thought to myself, you know what? I bet it's going to cover him right up. So what we're going to do is go here and put this all in a group, and we're going to go scene all. Okay, what I don't want is my camera in this scene all. I'll move that manually. All right, so what I have to do now is take this scene all. Okay, we're going to unlock the camera. Where's my camera? Here it is. Unlock the camera. We'll bring this up a little bit like that. Okay, that's the perspective view. Let's go to the camera. Camera. And now let's take the scene all. And we're going to go Y, translate, Y translate to this, scene all. Okay. I'm not sure why this doesn't look the same anymore, but I'm wondering if I should move this like way back. So we have a massive, massive scene. And my camera is putting off a light. See, I can't move the Ultra Scenery XT, but I can move my scene, even though it's going to mess up his eyes. You know, don't be too afraid to move your character away from the center. You know, I'm probably going to tell you that's the worst thing I've ever said, but don't be too afraid to do it. Now the camera, we're going to put a spotlight in here to turn that blasted camera off. Okay, and then we'll turn this a little bit like that and see if we can shore him back up like this. Okay, and over like that. And this. And now, what if we take this ultra scenery? Okay, I messed up. This is ultra scenery 2. We don't want ultra scenery 2. We want ultra scenery XT. That's what we want. So we're going to go with that. All right. This is what we want. All right. Okay. Now we're going to go with maximum altitude. Let's go 50. Maximum altitude 10. Minimum altitude 30. Maximum altitude, okay, we're going to go with 1. Okay, let's take a look. Now we're going to lock our camera again because this is kind of where I want this. Not really. Okay, I want this sort of like that, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. What if we do this number? Okay, 888 on August 8th. Nice touch. 888. You have 888. Yeah, so that's what I mean. I've got just another, I have just another, so the criteria, okay, yeah, I have another like 112 subscribers that I need. I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, 888 would be, yeah. No, yeah, 112. Yeah, I think my math is serving me well today. So, okay, we're going to click a save location, browse, go up. And this is called mountain height. Mountain height. Select. Now we can save this. And let's put, okay, I don't really care for this shape here, so let's just update the map. That would be here. Cellular, what about Perlin? Perlin. Let's use some Perlin. Open simplex. Okay, and value cubic. All right, I can't really tell, so what I'm going to do, okay, if I got my camera locked, I do not. So let's go here to here and lock the camera. Oops, we have to select this here, lock. Okay, and now we can go to the perspective view, and we're going to go scene all. All right, that's not all. We want to do this XT and see what this looks like. Oh my goodness gracious. This is huge. Now, I guess it's good, but what? Okay, what I think I need to do, okay, we're going to go back to the camera view, is make this go deeper, like a lot deeper. Ultra Scenery XT. So we go up here to like 300. Okay, and we go now to, no, let's go to 200. Let's go to 100. And let's go this to minus 50. Let's go 200. And let's mess with this seed. Okay. Let's go here and let's go with 25. Okay, minus 10. Okay, we're going to go with 0. Minus 200. Let's see what this looks like. Let's add a biome. And we want our trees to be 0.5. That's the lowest we can go with them for tininess or size. Maximum altitude would go up to 0. So we'd say minus 10 to minus 200. Minus 10 to minus 100. I think that'll go out of the scene, so let's see. And let's do a quick render. We'll go with 1000. Let's see what we've got. And you've got to go do sleep earlier than usual. Have a wonderful stream and weekend. Thank you all for being here. Art, you have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming in and gracing us with your happy presence. It's very nice to have you here, friend. Very nice. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Yes, there we go. There is our scene, people. Look at this. And now we have to put him in a better pose than that. Well, you have a one again, Art. Take care. Have a lovely night. Lovely, lovely night. Look how tiny our trees are. This gives us the sense of perception, okay? Of perspective. Okay. These are pretty nice mountains, I'd say. All right, so would you cancel that? Yeah. All right, we're gonna he's just gonna have a pair of jeans on and some kind of loafers. That's it. And we've got to give him a guy's body. So we'll start with just kind of getting him ready for this. I think the pose, we'll go with the pose first. And I'm going to go here for poses because I want him to kind of have his arms out like I'm not sure what that pose would signify, but we're going to go to poses. And like I made it kind of thing. I'm the king of the hill idea. Of the mountain. So we just have, 8,999 poses to go through to find it, but that's what working with Daz is like. You have to find the pose. Once you find the pose, what about this? That works. Okay. That little finger. Gotta bend out a little more. Okay. Now, We're going to go to parameters and select our Genesis node. We're going to go to figure converter. And Alexander has a big old body. Okay. And then we're going to give that, then we're going to fix his head. We're going to have a little bit of Alex Capital. A little bit of maybe the assassin's head. Some Bruce. Some Buster. Buster head. And some Haben. And Jet. Jon Snow. Some Jet. And Achilles. Some Rocco. I think we're at 100%. Roy. A little bit of Roy. And Thomas from Michael. Okay. All right. I think that does it. How about a tiny bit of Zach? All right. You got to know your people. All right. Now we're going to go to the, let's see. Now my camera is locked, which is very nice. Save this. And now we're going to give him a skin. As soon as this saves. Come on, come on. All right, skin. Which one is skin? Skin. And we have, we'll go with, I don't have many of my skins done yet, so, but let's just try Michael for now. It'll be dark. He'll be kind of dark skinned, which is nice. And there we go. Hair. Here or there, hair or what there, everywhere a hair, hair. Well, I don't know what I want, but let's just try something. There we go. That kind of looks nice. And after climbing the mountain, his doesn't have one single hair out of place. So we have hair. So we come up here and look for our materials for this hair. Hair, hair, hair. And why aren't you showing me the hair? Because we got to go here. There. There. Okay, we're going to go with some brown hair. Which hair? Genesis 9. Okay, save this. And let's put a sky here now. And we'll go to our content, smart content, turn this off, default, and we're going to go to render settings to find our HDRIs. I wish more of them showed up here. Dramatic skies. Okay, that's a little bit too dull. Too dark. Blue hour, I guess. Okay, well, let's try this, but then we'll rotate it a little bit. Okay, why? Okay, we're on the hair part. Why do we have a line here? I guess that might be for water, but we don't have water turned on. I'm not sure, but I don't think that's going to show up in our render. I hope it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Okay, so yes. Cancel this. All right. Yeah, all right. Now we go here to our environment options. And let's rotate this a little bit. See if we can get the light to come. How about that? How about if we go 5? And okay, we're going to put some jeans on him. I don't think rock climbing in your underwear is a good idea. Would you call? Yes. Yes, cancel that. Okay. Now the jeans. Jeans. I guess we can just go all like this. Default. Select our Genesis 9 man. Materials. Construction work jeans. That's for Genesis 8. Okay. We can get rid of this eyebrow card, my swim shorts. Okay, shoes. Probably shorts would have been better, but we'll see. Shoes. Wayfarers. Okay. His feet don't look like something. I gotta have to go look at his feet and see what they're doing. They may not even be standing on the rock. But this isn't too bad. I think what I'd kind of like to do is move my sky down a little bit. So let's go into filament mode. And we have to add this create new filament mode. Draw option. Parameters. Bring that down some. And then we can see our sky. And let's take the environment options, parameters. What is it? X? Yeah, X. And how about a little bit of this? Z. Now X can come up a little bit more like this. And a little more maybe. There we go. His leg doesn't look right. Something's not right there. And I think maybe some like shorts, like, you know, kind of hiking shorts would be better. Close this. Maybe socks and stuff. I'm not sure. Genesis 9. Let's try shorts. Let's see what we get. Well, we get a bunch of hair. Okay. Presets. Okay, where are the shorts? We're back to short hair again. They really shouldn't be able to put, I guess short hair is part of short. Okay. Really, do we, you know, out of 10,000 products, do you really think I have that few pairs of shorts? But what would be under a different name, like pants? Let's try them. I guess that's the color there. Let's look a little more. You know, it's like, again, it's like that, you know, male shorts and stuff. You know, it's something for males, you know. And that's because of that, you know, male-female discrepancy where it's just everything that comes out is like for females. And it's like, how about some shorts, Daz, you know, for males, you know, those things that guys wear, you know. So it's not like they don't make them, but it's just, how about a category? And very slow if you have mid-high to high hardware. Ultra Scenery 2 is what you want to buy into, okay? Because if you have, we talked about my i5 700 CPU. Okay, what do you have for a graphics card again? 700. You have a 7500. What do you have for a graphics card again? How much memory? You said you had was it 12 gigs or? Because that's what it really comes down to. $12 gig. Okay. 3060. Let me go. This is Ultra Scenery XT actually. I want to try these other pants on him. Here. And what I'll do is I'll look and see how much space this is taking in the render. Okay, I think those look better. Okay, those do look better. Okay, let's save this. And what I'll do is I'll do a quick render and and we'll take a look and see how much this is taking up of my graphics card. I can't imagine this entire Ultra Scenery scene is taking more than 2 gigs or 3 gigs. Okay, so let's now Control-Alt-Delete, go to the Task Manager, go to Performance. Okay, it's saying that dedicated okay, it says I've got shared memory of 49. Oh, really? Is that right, Microsoft? Oh, that's nice to know. It says that I'm using shared memory. This just can't be the case. 47.9 gigs. The thing is, Cherry, what I would suggest is because all right, what I would suggest is getting 2 products. Get Ultra Scenery 2 and get Ultra Scenery XT, okay? I wouldn't buy Ultra Scenery 1 because Ultra Scenery 1 is very difficult to work with, okay? And the thing is that if your graphics card, if there's just too much for your graphics card, then what you do is, now I can't believe this is saying shared memory. Okay, we got to go down to here to this GPU 0, GPU 1. Okay, it's saying it's 7, it's 14. But this GPU 1 doesn't look like it's doing anything. Dedicated share GPU memory. I just can't believe that that's the case here, that this is shared. Okay, let's do another render here. And we'll come back here. Okay, it's going up to, it's, see, I think what the way I have my settings is that it goes, it tries to use as much every time. So what happens is that if you have a scene that's too big, Daz will start to compress it. See, and that's the thing with, what I would do, and Cherry, is I would wait until Ultra Scenery. I mean, you can get Ultra Scenery for like $5, you know, and you can get Ultra Scenery XT for $5 if you prioritize it and get it when Daz has these sales. When they have a sale that says, oh, you can get two products for, 80% off. Pick any two, Well, prioritize it. Let's see now, Ultra Scenery. And the thing about Ultra Scenery 2 is now Ultra Scenery 2, okay, it's not on sale at all right now, okay? Oh, that's cool that Martin Frost actually got his name in on this, because he put a lot into it. So that they're both, I think Howie is the one who does all the programming, and Martin makes all the flowers and land and trees and bushes. Makes a lot of the items that go here. Now, this is the biomes. Okay, that's the biomes. That's why he's here. Now, Ultra Scenery 2. Okay, this is it. 64-bit. And it is $22. Okay. Okay, this is 65% off right now. It's for it. You can get Ultra Scenery 2 for $22. And the thing with Ultra Scenery 2 is that you can dial how much you want to use of things in your scene. So let's call this Mountain Heights. And what I'm going to do is try a few things here. You can dial how many trees, how many things you want to scatter along the ground. So if it puts in 40,000 pieces of grass, you can slide it down and say, okay, I can't afford to use 40,000 pieces of grass because my card won't handle it. So you just lower the slider and lower it and lower it and lower it, and so you end up with. But then what you do is you mask out a bunch of the grass, mask out the grass behind the camera, mask out the grass that goes over the hill, that kind of thing, and you just mask it out until it fits in your graphics card. And so you have a beautiful landscape, and the The terrain doesn't take that much. The terrain they do all kinds of tricks with the terrains. I've never seen surfaces that have been so crafty to give you this massive surface for the ground, but it doesn't take up a lot of space in your graphics card because they use algorithms to make the ground. And it's like a masterpiece how they have made ultra scenery so that you can work on it without having ultra scenery take up that much space. So that's the problem with our foot here. So we can do one of two things. We can take and move him over a little bit like this. Okay, move him up. So that foot is there. And then we move around here. And we bend this foot like that. And then we take this rock, which is our first rock. Where's our rock? And that's like, then if you want to put some like dandelions into the scene, you tell it how many that you can put in, and so you push it up to the amount that your card can handle. I believe one Genesis 9 figure takes about a gig, and then it would be a little bit more, and then you would also have to put your ultra scenery in, and you just tell it how. And the thing is that your 3060, that's got some pretty heavy duty power to it. You know, that's the RAM that's in there is like DDR6 RAM. You shouldn't have that much problems using that. So I would I wouldn't hesitate to get Mesh Grabber, and then okay, am I on the right product? Okay, here, the right thing. And we're going to bring this up a little bit like that. And then we're going to go back and look at this like this. Okay, see how that works. And then I didn't have to give him a really long leg. Okay. Then we go out of here, and now his foot doesn't look weird. Save. And now we go to, and I'll go into Mesh Grabber and show you again how you tailor it. So when you put trees in, and you know, the thing about, like, if you want a massive forest, you're going to have a more powerful computer. But if you only need a couple of trees, you know, in your scene, you mask everything out and make sure that the trees, that it only puts trees where you need them, and that it doesn't have a bunch of trees behind the camera and stuff like that unless you need them there, because sometimes it's nice to have the light coming in from behind. You decide that, and that's what's nice about Ultra Scenery too, is it gives you these dials to dial down the amount of everything. And so you dial it down until your graphics card accepts it. And then you learn to do everything frugal. Okay? And but with ultra scenery, one, you don't have that ability, and so it ends up just like throwing a ton of stuff into you can turn things on and off, but it just throws a ton of stuff into your scene, and you can't move anything. Like everything's frozen up because it's just. But Ultra Scenery 2 knows that when it starts to create your scene, that it doesn't put like a million things in. It lets you slowly turn things on as you want to, like a piecemeal work with things. And that's why I recommend Ultra Scenery 2. Everybody thinks, oh, Ultra Scenery 2 is going to be even have more. It's going to even have more. Why is my sky showing up in texture shaded mode? Okay, I guess we're still there. Okay, yeah, Ultra Scenery 2 is going to have more. That it's newer, so it's going to be a lot more processor intensive. And that's just not the case. So it's okay. Let's go to 9. And let's make this now a little. And I think we've got something here. Save this. And let's render this at 4,000. Render. Shoes look good. The pants work. Got to give him a little bit of something with his beard here. Just something to give his face a little bit of character. 9. Hair. And I believe that Ultra Scenery XT is kind of like that too. Yes, it is. You see, that's the thing, is that with the old Ultra Scenery, it wasn't as like advanced of a program, and so it just kind of put a bunch of stuff together. You could turn it on or off, but you really couldn't like say, I just want a less of this, I just don't want as much. You could mask things. It was just a little harder to work with than Ultra Scenery 2. So just put it on you will be very pleased when you do get Ultra Scenery. It's so fun to work with, and you learn, you say you can't, well, you just learn not to turn the grass on when it has like 150,000 pieces of grass. You tell it to put fewer pieces of grass, you mask a bunch of it out. Then if you have to turn it on, you make sure you do it at the right time when you have masked out and you've got your culling on, and there's no grass behind the camera, that kind of thing. So we're looking for facial hair, face, and let's see. We'll go to my favorite hair again. It just seems to work every time. When you got a good product, it works. And we'll put this on. Okay, there it is. Save this. And now I was thinking about making the trees just a little bit larger so that they're not quite so tiny. Ultra Scenery XT, we go down here to Ultra Scenery XT, and I can go to my biome and just make that 1. Okay, now let's see, that's scale. Maximum altitude, okay, slope degrees. Okay, 45, you see this is, I believe, 45-degree angle. See, I don't dare move this. Well, if I move it up, I think what'll happen is it'll put more trees here because it's less of a slope. It'll only allow the trees to grow at a 45-degree angle. It won't allow them at a 50-degree angle or something like that. So, and these are quite slopey. Okay, so let's see what we have here now. He's got a beard, kind of a little bit of a goatee and a stubble. Let's see what and I think that'll match his face. Yeah. The trees are a little bigger. That's nice. See that? I wanted them to be more substantial. There we go. And you see, I have told it not to put the trees on the top. And you see all of this rocky stuff, this is all algorithms. They're not really it's not like a map that's laid over it that's like 10 gigs or something. It's all algorithm stuff where they cheat to make this work. And this is why Ultra Scenery is so excellent, is that you have the options to do so much with it. And this is look at how this is Genesis 9. Look at these eyes. Look how beautiful his physique. He's got a Genesis 8 physique. He's got Alexander's physique. And then I just made this face from a bunch of Genesis 8 figures. This is what is so nice about this, is that I can just right now. It's a dream come true because when Genesis 9 came out, you couldn't do that. You couldn't use your Genesis 8 figures and their face shape, and this just works so well. Where I can use a little bit of this figure, and I know what these figures look like. I know what I'm doing when I put these figures in here. Fergal, I don't think I've done Fergal. I don't have Fergal in there, and I don't know that I have Dragomir either. So I haven't converted all my figures yet. It's just I've got to spend several hours converting my figures, but this is really nice. Now, these trees are exactly what I wanted. I'm not sure this yellow ground is exact kind of yellowish green ground, but you can just go in and change the colors of any of this stuff. That's why, because it's not a map. It's a what's that called? It's a color map, or there's another word for it, like layer map or something. It's so each of these are just different layers, maps that come in, and then there's textures that go on it that are, again, algorithms. And it makes it so that it doesn't need to load a million, bits of data. And it looks like it's just, I think that's what people say is like, oh, my card would never handle that. It'll handle some of it. Yeah, it will handle some of it. And the thing is that you just have to learn how to cheat with the program and learn to say, okay, turn off all the trees behind the camera, turn off all the grass behind the camera. Now, like down below where there's, this, I can have these trees go all the way to the bottom, but I said, no, stop at 100, okay? And so you can see there's a line here where I told the trees to stop at 100, so they didn't go all the way down. And these trees are very low, very, very, very low poly, okay? Because they're supposed to be far away. So that is why this is, it doesn't take up that much space. Now, I have the reason why it looked like it was loading, like 24, I have 24 gigs of RAM. It says that it's 48. Okay. I don't believe that. I think Windows just loves to lie about that. It says shared GPU memory is 47 gigs. I don't believe that's the case. And right now, if you see it's shared GPU memory, it says 47 gigs here, but I don't believe it is 47 gigs now, because right here, dedicated GPU, it's right now saying that it's using 11 gigs. So this entire scene right here would just fit in your on your card. Okay? And so this isn't too bad right here. Yeah, it would just fit. So, and I believe that at the end of the year, okay, now these 4090s have come out. There's a bunch of 3090s that are, these 3090s that are probably on sale on eBay. Let's go to eBay. eBay. Let's go to. Let's see how much they. Because I paid $2,000 for each of mine. I think I paid more than $2,000 for them. Yes, this is $650, and yeah, $305. It says gaming, new listing, $305. No, I think I paid $1,000, like $600 or $800 for mine. Yeah, I think I paid $1,000, around $1,600. 1,300 for one of them and 1,600 for another. So I bought mine right when they came out, and everybody was trying to get them, and they were all being scalped and all that. But I just got lucky. I got one from a manufacturer. I got it from Newegg, but they just happened to have one that was from the retailer. And it was just one. I bought it, and as soon as I bought it, they were out of stock. So I got really lucky with my first 3090. And it came with a power supply, an 800-watt power supply, and I didn't need it because I have a 1,600-watt power supply. So this has got 17 bids. For this $300 MSI 3090, 24 gigs. You get one of these and you are all set with any kind of it really comes down to this 24 gigs. There's no way to pool two of them together, so don't buy two of them thinking you'll pull it together and get 48 gigs. There's no way to do that. Microsoft is blocking that from happening. All right, it's not NVIDIA. NVIDIA did everything they possibly could. I bought, it was $90. I bought one of those bridges, NVLink bridges, and it's sitting in a drawer. It doesn't work because Microsoft decided that NVLink isn't allowed to work. And there was a big war between NVIDIA and Microsoft. And Microsoft just ignored NVIDIA and said, we're not going to make it possible for NVLink to work with 3D apps. It doesn't work in Linux. It doesn't work on Macs. It doesn't work. So the NVLink just doesn't work. So it was a piece of garbage that I bought. And now this graphics card that I have anyway just doesn't. And, Microsoft has the audacity to come up here and say that this is pooled. Oh, it's shared GPU memory. It's like, bull. Yeah, this is like bull. There's no shared memory, okay? I don't know what Microsoft thinks, but it's not shared memory, okay? So, it's a bunch of, baloney. So, yeah, these are, you Google Ultra Scenery XT. Yeah, there's just not a lot. Thank you. Well, maybe it's because you've seen it before. I don't know because I don't know that, but I think I'm the only one doing so this part of this in the background, that's Ultra Scenery XT. Ultra Scenery XT is for far away stuff. Okay, so you use Ultra Scenery for this kind of stuff, but you use Ultra Scenery XT for the land beyond. Okay. And it also has water, so if I wanted this to be a big, like the water to come to this length, to this height, or something, so there'd be a big lake here, I could do that. But I didn't want water in this scene. I just wanted it to be this big mountain in front, so like this. And I'm not sure how well I succeeded at this. It's not quite as pretty as I wanted it to be, but it gives you the idea. And mountains in the background. Yes, well, that's what you can do. That's what you can do with this. And what you can do also, and Cherry, is you can go into your render settings and you can really clamp down on your textures and just say, don't allow any 4K textures, And that setting here, okay, we'll cancel this. Well, can I have this back? Cancel. Yes. It won't go away. Not sure what to do to make that go away, but okay, mountain height, save. Yes, now we have 3. Okay, it finally went away. Thank you. All right, so in here in your render settings, you go to advanced and see where it says this texture compression. I have mine set to 8K, but if you set this down to like, really low, then it will start compressing your textures that it sends to the graphics card at a lower. It doesn't mean that the textures that it won't allow 8K textures. It just compresses the heck out of them. So I put them both at 8K, so it just doesn't compress them at all until it hits 8K. So it might compress the sky if I have an 8K or like a 16K HDMI. And the fact that it compresses it isn't the rest. You know, we look at compressed things all the time. Our JPEGs are all compressed, and none of them are lossless. But they still look like the originals. They except if you have a very broad color palette, like a black and white sky or something, where it's got to go from light gray to black, like in gradiently across. Then like this has got yellow, so it's got a nice gray enough to make this yellow. It's got orange, it's enough to make, it's got a little green up here. It's got enough to make that gradient good. But if it goes from like light gray all the way to black over here, you're going to see banding, not in Daz, but you'll see it if you convert your PNG that Daz saves as a JPEG. You'll see banding because it doesn't have that many colors of gray. It divides it all up. It divides a bunch into the yellow. It divides and gives orange a bunch, green a bunch. It gives, you know, brown a bunch. It gives them all a bunch of the color palette. But it doesn't have enough to give black, gray, or any color that, you know, that has to go from like one color, like from red to yellow. It's not going to have that many to stretch across a large scene like this. It's going, and that's why, but it does in Daz, because Daz has like at least 10-bit color. And so when it saves it as a PNG, it's going to look beautiful, and you just make sure you keep it as a PNG, as a high bit PNG, because you can have low bit PNGs too. So when you go to save your PNG, it pops up and says, do you want to save, just like when you save a JPEG, it pops up and you say, do you want to have, what kind of compression do you want? And I usually don't go anywhere between 8, lower than 8. You know, between 8 and 12 is the highest, at least for most programs. That's how they calibrate it. But even 12 will have banding in a JPEG because it doesn't have the color bit. Just doesn't have it. And so you want to just make sure when it pops up for PNG that you keep it at the highest quality, and you'll get your color bit. And you won't see banding in your sky. So we can go here and now go to here. Go there, mountain heights. Okay, here is my image. So, all right, what I'll do now is, I think that came out okay. It's not perfect, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. I was thinking of putting a couple guys here, but for now we have this. And then, all right, we'll go File, New, and I'll show you some of the tricks we can do here. Create. Just make sure that's saved. Some of the tricks we can do with Ultra Scenery. And that's the thing, is that you can use Ultra Scenery XT. Now with your graphics card, like I like to use Ultra Scenery along with Ultra Scenery XT. So Ultra Scenery does the up close grass and stuff, the high resolution stuff, and then I might have a couple of high resolution trees in the foreground. And then I use Ultra Scenery XT for the background, and I'll use them both in the same scene and still have a couple of figures, and a 3090 with 24 gigs of RAM will do that. So, but you probably, again, and Cherry, if you take your Ultra Scenery 2, and you get frugal with it, and see, now this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to add Ultra Scenery 2. Now you've got resolution, the lowest you can go. It automatically starts out at 128, so it doesn't bog your system down immediately. Okay, it throws in a piece of land like this. Okay, and we're going to move our perspective view up. So we have this big, huge piece of land. Now, there's a way to tell how much this is taking up. But, okay, it's saying it's taking up 6 gigs for this piece of land. It says 0.4 here. I don't know why it's doing that. It might still be clearing out the RAM from the last scene. Okay. Okay, shared GPU memory usage. Okay. I'm not sure why it's only... Oh. Okay, so this one is saying it's taking 3.4 gigs of memory, and this one is saying it's taking 6. I really can't see these things. So this... Oh, okay, so... All right, I see. Each one of these... So it's loading it into both. And this video decode, it's like flatlined, whatever that is. That's kind of... It's really hard to see these graphs here. I'm not sure what it is about my monitor my color that's making these not stand out. But you'd think Microsoft would know enough to not make it so faint like this. I guess it's probably my monitor calibration, but usually everything else works fine. So I might have the brightness up a little high on it, so something to look into. But right now, okay, the GPU, it's saying that only one GPU, it's saying it's using 1% utilization. Why it's got the 6.3 here, I don't know, of 24. Because 6 of 24, I got news for you, is not 1%. Okay? I don't think even 24, 1, if this was a 1 here, would be, no, it wouldn't be 1%. It'd have to be like 0.2 or something, or something like that. 0.25 would be 1%, 1% of 24, something like that. I'm not sure. But something like that. But it's saying it's only utilizing 1%. I don't know if that's the and it's not doing any of this 3D. It's not actually rendering anything. Why my one of them is at 50 degrees, and so that's pretty high, but it's not that bad. So it can go up to 80 and sometimes even 90 and still not melt everything. So good night, all. I have to call it a day. Serenity's Gate. You have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for being here, friend. It's very nice to have you here. Thank you. Have a lovely night. Yes, Yes, yes. You take care. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So, all right. So we've got now, we have this, this huge piece of land. This is Ultra Scenery 2, has put this piece of land in here. Now, if I go like this is the piece of land. Now, if, like I said, everything can be, you have to be frugal, okay? But you go with, and I can go 24 and say, okay, I just want a small piece of land. Okay, so you start right out with something really small. Let's put a sphere in the scene. Angus, hello, my friend. Yep. So, very nice of you to wish Serenity's Gate a good night. Very nice. So we'll go with 110. Okay, so we're gonna put. Now we have a sphere. We have a sphere in the scene, if I can say it right. And what we do is we come up above here and zoom out a little bit. And we bring the sphere up. And we zoom in on the sphere. Okay, and so this is after making the ground much smaller. Yes, it's very nice. Everybody saying good night to Serenity. Very nice. Very nice. Everybody here is so kind and caring. So, very nice. Very nice. So, all right. So this is in the center of our scene. So, you know, and Cherry, this would be a nice staging area for you said Montana scene. Yes. This would be a nice staging area where you could have the rest of your scene. You come down, so you're looking down a little bit. You have your characters here, maybe a campfire, and there's enough of a staging area. So now this is for Ultra Scenery 2. So, okay, when I select Ultra Scenery 2, then I can come in here and say, okay, well, add some kind of ecology, all right? And so it says to pick one. Let's pick oaks, all right? And this is what's nice, is when it loads this stuff in, it's not loading this into your RAM, okay? It's loading this into it's not loading this onto your graphics card. It's loading this onto your Windows machine, it doesn't load into your graphics card until you click render, okay? So it's loading this into your system RAM. Okay, and then what you have here is it's come up here and it said, okay, the forest, why it's not showing this forest, I'm not sure, because okay, well, let's create a new camera. And we'll look through the camera. Okay, if I render this. Oh, the map. We need a map. Okay. Yes. Okay, we go up. And we'll call this US Montana. And go there. Select. Okay, and we're going to have trees in the way. There's just going to be so many trees. Oh, I don't have the iRay view turned on, okay? But look what it just did, okay? Now, this might not render on your computer quite like this, okay? So what you do, and we go back to our Ultra Scenery 2, and we turn on iRay here, iRay preview. And this shows me now kind of what things look like. It won't show me the field, because the field is set to only show 10% of what's actually there. So this is what makes it easy for your system to render this stuff. and say, okay, I don't want that tree right in the way. And you see now, it's because it says none of these are showing in the viewport. They're all turned off except for the trees and the reeds. And I'm going to turn off the reeds. I'm going to delete because I don't have any water here. So we'll just get rid of the reeds. See, this is how you get rid of stuff that just, again, makes your scene more frugal. You don't need stream side grass and you don't need river logs. Okay, now we got oak trees. Maybe 60 of them is okay. But you see, I can select the oak trees and come down here and say density. Let's see so we can see this. Like this, bring it down. And I can say back face culling so it won't put trees over the hill, okay, behind where nobody could see them. But then I go here and select this 60 degrees here. We have 60 trees. Okay, can I see these both at the same time? Thank you. And then I just take the density down. And now we have 52 trees. And now we have 47. And then I say, I don't want this tree right in front of my camera like that. So I just pick a different seed and it will rearrange them all into a different grouping. Okay, until I find the grouping, there's 1 million of them, actually 1 million. So I can pick until it arranges the trees kind of the way I want them. And if there's a spot in here that I don't want any trees, that's where I can use a mask. See, now that's pretty nice. This gives us a little bit of an area to do our stuff with. Now let's render this. Now this is automatically going to cull to the camera. So it's not going to put grass where, okay, I have this rendering at 4,000. Look at that. It's not going to put grass where, and it only put leaves under the tree. Okay, it's pretty smart. Would you like to cancel this? Yes. Let's make my render a little smaller. I have that sphere in there so I can get to the center of my scene easy. But it only puts them. Now we have 38. It says there's 38,000 pieces of grass, and there's 16,000 fallen leaves, and there's 10,000. I only have twice the amount of RAM you have. Okay, so. And now what I wanted to do, there was something I wanted to do. Oh, make my render a little smaller. Render. So we'll go at 2,000. And now if I render this, how much space is this taking up in my graphics card? Okay. Well, it's saying there's 90. Oh, this is 7 gigs. Okay, which one? Okay, so it says it's taking 4 gigs in there, but it's taking 7 gigs in my main graphics card. And this 98% utilization has to do with the CUDA cores. Okay, that's how many how much it's using the CUDA cores to render this. But look at what we have here. Look at this beautiful scene. Let's do it at 1,000. Cancel, yes. Cancel this. So we can see the whole scene in 1,000. Okay, now we can see the whole scene. The whole window in one thingy. There's a little bit. We can stretch this a little bit more, I think. Yeah. So we get it like that. And this is our scene here. And I don't know why it's black in the background. Cancel. I'm not sure why that's black. Environments that we don't have. That is very strange. That's not supposed to be black. Environment options. What's going on here? Oh, show submenus. Okay, render settings, parameters. Okay, we'll turn the dome on and we'll find some kind of HDRI. And that's too much like the last scene. Look at this. Let's bring this down to 1. Okay. And so we put something in our scene. Now, when we render this, look at what we have. Look at this. This is a perfect landing area for... Now, there's no grass in behind my camera. It's just here. There are no trees behind the camera. And as it goes over this hill, the grass stops. It doesn't... I don't think the grass actually stops. Would you like to cancel this? Yes. See, so we can close this. But now we go back to our ultra scenery here. And let's tidy this scene up some. Okay, so we go to simulation set to our ultra scenery 2. Now this is where we got a ton of stuff. We got a lot of fallen leaves. Let's take some of these down. We don't need 16,000. Let's just go with 9. Like, see what I mean? You can bring the amount of this stuff. Let's take the grass and just cut it in half. All right, let's see what this looks like with that cut in half. We're going to have patches and stuff maybe. See, actually, that's not that bad. It doesn't, you know, it's a little bit of patchy, but we just cut that amount of grass down and we come in here. And now it's actually saying it's using more RAM, 7.5. I don't know why it's doing that, but we cancel this, yes. And let's go close this. And now maybe it's still in the memory. It hasn't, okay, let's save this. Okay, let's call, I thought I already had it saved. This was, oh no, I didn't. This is US Montana. Okay. And now, so I've cut the amount of grass and I can barely tell the difference. And now also when we got to make sure that these have the road pebbles. I don't even see it. Maybe there is a road here. Let's see. If there's no road in our actual scene, we can get rid of those. Okay. I don't think our scene is encompassing the road. No, there's no road here. So we can cancel. Would you like to cancel this render? You see, this is what's so nice. Okay, we could just, boom, get rid of the road pebbles. We just got rid of like 23,000 things, objects. So in the scene, save it again. Now, if we can get Control-Alt-Delete, let's go back into our task manager and see. I'm not sure if this is accurate. It's still saying 7.5 for our memory. Okay, performance. GPU 2. Okay, GPU. I think I've got enough hard disks there. 7. Now it's down to 7.0. I don't know if I trust this. I bet there's kind of garbage in the memory sitting there. 4 and 7. But 7 is enough. You've got enough so that you could put another figure in here. That'd bring it up to 8. With some clothing, maybe 8.5, and maybe like some kind of geometry, a little shack or house or a barn or something. And if you have to, you can bring the grass down even some more. Now this grass here. Okay, now we have the culling on, right? Culling for the camera. All right, let's go and make sure that is. That's on by default. Yeah, current culling is current camera, include radius, so that's it. Now, terrain, eroded, okay, erosion, 0, okay. We got the oaks. So we've just been able to kind of lower the amount. So, and like I said, I have my compression on like set so it's like off, but yours by default would be compressing the heck out of all these textures. They, it'd probably still look the same, but it would be compressing them. So now we go into environments, and let's find something we can put in the scene here. The Folly View building. Okay, I have a terrible thing happening here. We're going to scale this down. Or let's see. Let's go out of iRay. Okay, we go back into our Z, can't do that. Kind of wish we didn't have to have all this other stuff. I just kind of wanted this little thing, which I can do here, but the base, let's see what happens when we do that. Okay, that did something there. This is kind of terrible that you have all this other stuff, but I think if you turn off your all this other stuff, oh darn. Okay, glass hinges. Okay, bolt railings. Okay, railings top. We have this lamp post. There's okay. You can't delete anything from here. It's all got to come out through here. Roof. Okay, railing bolts and railing frame. Okay, that got rid of those railings. Railing, okay. We go down here. This is ugly, that this is all part of the same kind of thing. And that you can't, like, do anything to... Okay, we'll take this Folly View. We'll... scale it. Okay, not that scale, this scale. Okay. How about over here? Now you see all of this is loading into your RAM, but it's not loading yet into your video RAM. I'm not sure that you'd find this in Montana, but maybe. And now we go back to the Folly View surfaces. Flag steps. Okay, let's go back down here. Okay, we want that. Low door, what's this? Okay, we want that. Bolt. Okay, lamp. See, it doesn't even show these here when you select these things. And if I turn it off, it turns... Oh, that'll let me turn off. I've wanted to go to Wyoming as well. It looks very pretty there, and I always like the colder climates. Yeah, we definitely have that here in Maine if you want some. We have plenty to share. Okay, I think we've got everything kind of turned off here. Let's see what this looks like in iRay. That's kind of nice. And can we take... All right, I think this needs a little bit of work here. Let's see the Folly view parameters. It's crooked, so we'll rotate it, what, X? This way, kind of, and have it come down a little more so our lamppost is in the ground, and then we'll rotate it Z this way, like that way. So, and then bring it up a little more. Okay, now let's see what this looks like. We have not had snow in Virginia for at least 5 or 6 years. I went down to Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was helping a friend move, and they hadn't had snow in like 5 years or 6 years. And the people were just driving. I had gone down by bus, and the people were driving 60, 70 miles an hour on newly fallen snow. They had no idea that you have, in Maine we have a saying, it's slow on snow. But they just had no conception that you had to be careful on snow. And so the mountain heights, we'll save that. That looks kind of nice. And so then I got on the bus, the Greyhound bus, and I was heading, they were going to bring me back to Maine. The bus driver didn't know how to drive on snow. And we were on the interstate, and he was trying to drive, and all of a sudden the bus started sliding, and it was going to just slide us right off of a cliff, and we just stopped right at the edge before the bus toppled over the cliff, and everybody was just horrified on the bus. And so then he tried again. He kind of steered us back onto the road and started driving, and it happened again. We just kept sliding and sliding, and we were just about ready to go off this cliff again. The bus would have just toppled over God only knows how many times, and we would have just half of us, or we would have all died, crashed and burned. And so I hollered from the back of the bus. I said, "Put the bus in neutral." And everybody on the bus said, "Be quiet. Don't tell him how to drive." They really did. They told me to shut up. And I said, "Put the bus in neutral." And so he put the bus in neutral. And because when you're on snow, it makes even though you got the brake on, your wheels still are engaged with the drivetrain. And when you put it in neutral, it disengages them from the drivetrain. And I learned that with my station wagon because there were a couple times my drivetrain almost drove me right off a cliff, and got in a rental car. Well, so what he did was he listened to me, and when the next time he tried to drive the bus, when the bus started to drive us off the cliff, he put it in neutral, and it just like stopped, like pushing us, sliding us, and driving us off a cliff. And he was able to turn the bus and it back, and so he took us back to the bus station, the same bus station we came from. He turned around and went back. And that bus sat with us sitting on the bus station, in the bus with it idling for 2 days before we could leave Charlotte and go back home, back to Maine. But yeah, so you just have to you slip and spin around when you slam. It doesn't matter even if you touch the brakes slowly, because the wheels are still connected to. I don't know about these modern all-wheel drive. Maybe they're a little bit different, but the way vehicles were back then is they still had the drivetrain engaged, and you have to put it in. If you want to stop sliding, if your car starts sliding, you put it in neutral immediately. The brakes will still work, okay? But the drivetrain won't still be engaged with the wheels, okay? It just disengages the wheels so that they don't keep kind of trying to move and move on you, like so. And that's what got us home alive, got us back to the Greyhound bus station, and he didn't dare drive that bus for 2 days. We sat there. They gave us meals. I got to know everybody on the bus. Nobody apologized for saving their life. Nobody apologized for telling the bus driver to put it in neutral. So, but that's how he got us back to the station, is every time the bus started to slide, he would just put it in neutral. And then once it would stop, then he would try again and we'd creep along a little bit until we started to slide again, and he'd put it in neutral. It was an adventure. I enjoyed that adventure. It was pretty nice. So, yeah. Now, I have this program, let's see. Let's find some, all right, let's put this in. Why not? And we'll put something else in here. The Forgotten Gate. All right, let's see what this looks like. All right. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I've got an idea here. The Forgotten Gate's got to stay the same size, the same size. But what we can do with our Folly view is scale that up like this. Now, let's see what this looks like. All right. I'd like to get rid of this little tree here. Just this one. So we cancel this. Yes. All right. And now we go to this, I think. Yeah. Okay, those are the wrong ones, I think. Maybe they're here. Yeah, these are the right one for Mask Builder 2. Okay, I'll take this little square one, put that in the scene. Bring this up like this. Okay, we have to go out of iRay. This is how the Mask Builder works. We just go like this. Move it over, and right where the perspective view, take me to my Mask Builder. And we're just going to go here like that. Like this. And we'll scale it out a little more. And then we go to here again, to our Mask Builder. Oh, I need to select Ultra Scenery 2. Go here, here. And that would be our oak tree layer. And this, we're going to add mask to selected biome. And we're going to make the masking level. Fuzziness, we don't need it fuzzy. And close that. Tree is gone. Camera, back to the camera. And let's go here. See what this looks like now. Yeah, okay, why do I have a tree here now? Okay, camera. Back to the perspective view. Here. And we're going to open this. Okay, we're going to bring this Z. Do not move your ultra scenery. Okay, we're going to go to parameters. We're going to go scale. Like this. Bring it over like this. Like that. I don't want that in front here, so we'll try that. Like this. Okay, now we go back to our ultra scenery. Have to open this and close it. All right. Close. Exit. Now back to the camera. Let's see what this looks like. All right, we got rid of it. And now I have a lamppost sticking out of the ground. It's quite obvious it's sticking out of the ground. So what I could do is just get rid of the lamppost. I don't want to deal with the lamppost, but let's see about this. This is Folly View. Folly View. All right, the lamppost is gone. And all right, now, and you can also put masks on your terrain to make it flatten out spots. I've forgotten how to do that. I knew how to do it a day ago. We can just bring this maybe closer, like a Z. Make this Folly View come a little closer, like this maybe. And turn it a little bit, like that maybe. X translate. It's like the more I turn it, the less it does that. So, okay, why translate? That works because the grass will come up. Maybe the other one would have worked too. All right, let's save this. Cancel, yes. Save that. And let's put, let's find a female character. We'll put her standing here. So the and we go to figures, people, female. Okay, well, okay, we'll use Carrie. I haven't used her yet. I hope they don't put her inside Folly View. Have a wonderful night. My gosh. And Cherry, you were the first here tonight. You've been here 2 hours. Thank you very much for being here and hanging out. You have a lovely rest of your evening. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here myself, so we shall see. We got to put some clothes on her. It's weird that she came right up through here. So you take care. Good night. Good night. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Okay, here we go. We've got this pose for her. And let's find a dress of some sort. I don't have many dresses. My closet just doesn't have many dresses. Let's see, my wardrobe. So yes, what is this? Let's see how this works. Outfit. Maybe, looks like maybe it's an Indian outfit. I wonder if it would work though. It kind of works. We got to turn her around. Parameters. Is she an elf? I think she's got ears, funny ears. Very nice of you to say goodnight to Encherry Angus. Thank you. I think she's an elf. Let's zoom in on this and see what we're doing here. No, she's not an elf. Okay, let's see what the camera's doing here. Let's give her some hair. I'm trained. Well, that's nice, Angus, that you've incorporated that into your etiquette. Very nice. Sure is. Now I think I want all this white though. I think I'd like her in white, so we'll see. We shall see. We shall see how this works out. Some lady hair. How about this hair? Okay. And let's render this and see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay, I think I have a problem with my camera. My camera is lighting all this up. So we're going to change the angle. Okay, so we're going to put a light in the scene so we can turn off our camera light. That did it. Okay, then we're going to move our sun around until it hits her to some degree. There, let's see what this looks like in a render. Okay, it's better. Okay, so I wonder if I can find like a gown that's already white. I just kind of think she should be in a white gown. That's the thing, is that I just don't have a lot of female clothes, and there are so many. What about this armor? This would work. We could take off some of the heavy stuff, like, okay, let's go out of iRay, Control L. Okay, now let's go to, we're going to take this from here, the beads, sandals, leotard, skirt. We're going to just turn them off for now. Sandals, hip. Okay. And now, what is, it looks like there's something else still here, like a pouch or something. Carry N rows. IN rows. I don't even know what those are, but we're going to delete these. Delete that. Necklace, skirt. Okay, it seems like it's gone now, whatever that was. Now, we put the armor on. And let's see if what handsome armor materials. Once again, we have this problem with everything being together. Wrist hair, arm hair. Let's take a look at this up close. It's just a little bit much. We'll go with armor, surfaces here, leather cloth with metal. Okay, this doesn't allow us to do anything with this. Arm hair, what's this? We can get rid of the arm hair, the wrist hair. But what about, okay, and the hip? That's like everything. Okay, hip. Metal. This is terrible. It's like it's just like all or nothing. Leather, okay. Cut out. Okay, what's this? Waist. Okay, if you just want, okay, metal. Okay. Now she's got a leaf coming through her chest. But that's a little better. Why does she? Oh, because her chest is. Oh, this is horrible, horrific, and that's what that does. Is it hides? Okay, let's go back to a little further away, so we can. Okay, terrible product. I wish I hadn't bought it. It just you can't do anything with it at all. Horrific. Okay, here we go. Outfit. This is the kind of Wintertide. I don't know why she would be wearing that in the summer, but comes with some poses. Oh, just for the feet. Okay, let's see what this looks like. The good old days when you could actually. This looks nice. This works better. The good old days when you could actually turn like parts of the armor on and off. Those were the good old days. Perspective. Okay, so what we've got to do. We lift her up a little bit like this, maybe. Okay, we go like that. And we go timeline. We bring her up like that. And we go like this to the end. And we bring her down like this. And let's see if that will animate. Okay, we don't need to mess with her. I guess we do. So we go to parameters like this. Go to render simulation. Okay, that's ready to render. Oh, we have to go to timeline. Okay, from timeline. Okay. And go out of iRay. And let's give it a simulate. Rewind this, I guess. Okay. Simulate. Okay. I don't think this is going to work. Okay, it looks like it's working. It looks like it's found the ground. Wow, it's really drooping. It's like spilling down the stairs. I mean, on one hand, you know, it's like you get armor that's all one piece that you can't do anything with but just pose them. And then you get like a work of art like this that is just amazing. I think this is going to be like perfect. Okay, she still hasn't gone, like started to go move down yet. Luckily, I only have 30 frames to go through. Ah, so we've got one person current viewer. That might be me, actually. It says there's only one person. I might be alone here. But that's okay. Everybody's had to go to bed early tonight. That is fine. That works. So this is probably doing her hair as well, and her hair is not like complaining about being on top of the other D-Force. Her hair is probably D-Force as well. This is actually quite amazing. Maybe there's a way to turn stuff off with that suit. I'm not sure. That I couldn't see it there, but sometimes I just don't see things the way they are. Daz has a bunch of hidden stuff that even I don't know about sometimes. Now it looks like her hand is doing it. Well, it's doing something with the fabric there, but will the fabric envelop her hand? It looks like it's doing it. I'll just have to pull her hand away. I might have to do some mesh grabber there, but okay, now it's going to start moving her down. Any moment now you could start doing, okay, there are the frames. It's going to start moving her down. Probably her dress will cover her feet, so you can't tell that maybe I moved her down too far. And she's going to be going into the ground. Yeah, she's just very slowly eking her way down towards the ground, and then her clothing settles more, and it's been 5 minutes. This has been a long simulation. I wonder if this simulation is probably done by the graphics card, but collision and all of that stuff. It's amazing how all this actually works. So I hope I don't have to redo this again because of the hole on her side there. It seems to be wanting to cover itself up, but her hand is just going right through her leg. I should have fixed that first. So now we only have 20 left to go. Is my scroll lock still working? Oh, yes. Okay. I'd lost my scroll lock, and I thought I was going to have to buy another switch. Do I feel like I'm alone? Sometimes I do, Angus. When it says there's only one, and I usually think that that's counting me. So, because I have it on, so I can see that that I am here and that it's working right. So, but luckily my things started working again. I thought my scroll lock key, but I'm glad I brought this Huntington Huntsman, I guess it is. Huntsman Razor. This is like the best keyboard I've ever owned. Huntsman Elite keyboard by Razer. Yeah, it is by far the best feeling keyboard I've ever typed on. It's not that loud also. I really don't care if my keyboard makes any noise at all. I don't need a tactical noise to tell me I'm typing. So we almost up to 20, then there'll be only 10 frames left for it to do. Let's hope her arm doesn't get worse. It's still moving her down. It's probably planting her feet into the stone. But we'll be leaving that the way it is. All right, that's 22, 23. So it's 7 left. 7 frames left until this is done. Okay. Now there's 5 frames. I'm trying not to eat. I always tell myself, I said, well, if I cook, I could cook something right now, but just think of how much better it will taste tomorrow. If I don't, overeat, if I stick to my diet, that it will taste so much better tomorrow. I've come up with the most amazing idea for a dinner. I'm going to have broccoli and potato chicken soup. So there's going to be potatoes in it, and there's going to be broccoli. And I'm going to boil some bones first. And no, it's not Sigmund and Marlowe. They're still alive. So, yeah, I'm going to boil some bones first, some chicken bones, and then I'm going to add some broccoli and some potatoes. And there we go. Let's see. We can get rid of this timeline now. We got to fix her hand, okay? So we can get a little closer here. Figure out what's happened to this. So what we do is we take this and pull her hand away like that. And look how that just fixed itself. And now we go here to the camera view. Save it. And let's see what this looks like. I can't move her now because she's been melded into place. Come on. Come on, hard drive. Come on, come on. Writing assets. There we go. And now we're going to see what it looks like in our render. Probably going to have to fix parts. You use mesh grabber. Some of the stone might be coming through her dress, but look at this. Oh, wow. That is nice. That came out better than I thought it was going to come out. So we have now, what we're going to do is, yes. Okay, Control 0. Let's see what this looks like in iRay. We're going to try messing with our color here, our color scheme. What if we make this kind of like a green? And then we put a spotlight. I have a spotlight here. And let's select our okay. Spotlight. Let's try that. Okay, now we go back to our camera. Then we give our spotlight a little bit of lumens. We go with a 9. And we warm it up a little bit. Save this. Okay. We don't need everything green. Okay, and then why it takes so long to save that little bit of extra stuff. I think it's her dress, because it's been kind of made into something that's not part of what's already in the scene. It's something new. It's a whole new kind of shape. And that's why it takes longer to save it. It's not something that like loads in the way it is. It's been created new, kind of. You can bet that's what it is. Okay, I think the scene is done. And now what we do is we'll do a quick render this way. It's not quite Montana, maybe Utah. I don't know. That's very nice. Kind of works. Okay, we got some flowers here. Some kind of flowers. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is do a reverse mask. Okay, close this. We'll save it just in case we lose this. Okay, so we're going to go and put a mask in here. We'll do a round marker. Okay, out of here. Where's my round marker? Y translate. Okay, and then we move this over like there. Z, that. And we'll move it down a little bit. Y translate. Scale it. Like this. And a little bit more this way. All right. Then we go to our, we're going to call this flowers. All right. And then we go to Ultra Scenery 2. We go back to Ultra Scenery 2 here. We're going to add some biome, which will be, I think dandelions would be good. Wildflowers. I definitely need more biomes here. We could switch them out with something else, but let's go with that, the dandelions. And then we click OK. Okay. We put them in. It's going to put them everywhere. Now this is going to put them everywhere that this, it doesn't matter. Height doesn't matter with this. It's just size matters. It doesn't, height, how high or low, if I sink it way under, it'll still put the stuff on this. All right, so we go to dandelions. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. It says it put 2,000 of them here, and that's only in front of, only where the camera, I guess. God, it's not very many dandelions. It usually doesn't put that many there anyway. Okay, so then we go here to this, to our mask builder, and something here. Okay, we go, okay, I see. We can now, how does this work? Invert selection. No, we don't want to do that. Where's this? Okay, flowers. Okay, okay, we don't want to do that. Mask level. Okay, that didn't work. Something here is supposed to allow you to invert this. Mask scale. Oh, mask invert here would be dandelion. Where is the invert? Here. Yes. Okay, and now we bring this. There we go. See, now it's going to be black except that where the white is. Okay, and all right, and then we take this, add mask to selected biome layer, close that. You sure you want to exit? Yes. Our mask is still in the right place. And now we should have dandelions only there around. Hopefully they're not going through the steps. I might have to mask out the steps with another mask. Do we have dandelions? They should only be, look at that, see? And there's none over here, they're just here. That's pretty nice, and I don't see that if they're going through the steps, it's not too bad. So, yeah. Let's cancel this. Let's go here now to our lady here of the dale. And you see we got a little bit of a problem, some problems here. We're gonna just fix her dress a little bit. Okay, where is she? Here. Mermaid dress. Okay, which one's the dress? Okay, that's... Okay, we have a sheath dress. Okay, there's that. We're going to fix that first. So we go to Tools, Tool Settings. Okay, we're going to just pull this up a little bit like that. And out. And this comes up a little bit like... Still has the shape, it's just not going through the floor like that. And this comes out a little bit. That. There's one. Okay, now we do the dress. We do the same thing here. Okay, and some down here. This looks like her cape. Bring the cape up a little bit. Okay. Come out of here. Back to the camera. It's probably you will see it. You will see that problem. You'd see that when I render it larger. So we've had 17 views tonight. Thank you, people. Thank you, YouTube, for sharing my video with it must have been, you must have shared them with a lot of people if 17 clicked to come in. It's like, oh, it's him again. It's like, I thought Sigmund might be teaching tonight. So, no. Sigmund and Marlo are sitting on the couch. They're mad because I won't make the potato and broccoli soup tonight. I said, no, we're going to have it tomorrow. And I said, just think how much better it will taste tomorrow. So, yeah, they don't feel very comforted by that. I said, you both are getting fat. I'm getting fat. We're all getting fat. So I think broccoli and potato will be very good. So this is going to look, see, look, that looks much better now. Looks like this is still kind of going through there. Let's see what happens when we it's like, why green? Well, because it's unusual. And that's it. So let's go back here to this perspective view and see if maybe this outer piece, I think I want to leave well enough alone here. But I wonder the mermaid dress part, let's see. Tool settings, mesh grabber. Is this like underneath that? Should it come up more? No. Okay, that's over it. It's just sheer. That's the problem. Okay. That's all good. Okay, go back to the camera. Save this again. All right. All we got to do now. Okay, I could put a little bit of some kind of fog, like maybe just in here, which would be kind of nice. Some kind of green fog. It would just be here, like, because you're not going to see it over here, really. It would just be in here, maybe. Doesn't have to be that strong. I'm surprised it's taking this much to maybe it's because I keep moving this stuff around. Why it's taking so long each time to do this. Okay. Usually once it saves it, then it remembers it kind of, and then it doesn't need to do that again. But not always. Now we're looking for VDBs, which would be in here maybe. No, I have a VDB and light thing. Figures, poses, skin, hair. Where is it? Figures. Maybe I took it out. Hair, hair, hair. Okay, I think I took it out. Let's see. Where's my VDB? VDB and Ghost. There it is. And so what we need to do is go down here to go to Window, Workspace, Customize, Toolbars. This is my visual menu. Custom, down at the bottom, up a little bit. Where is it? VDB. We'll make it last. VDB. There it is. Apply. Accept. Alright, now I have my VDBs. We're going to try this. Maybe the poof. Okay, we got to go out of iRay, out of mesh grabber. Okay, and now let's bring the poof up. And I only want this like over here, kind of by the forest. Let's see what that looks like. I think my light will make it greenish. Okay, there's a poof. We got my light is lighting it, which we don't want that to happen. Okay, so we go to render settings, we go to parameters, Y translate, let's bring it way down. Okay, I think that's enough to give us a little bit of fog in there. What if we push this over a little bit more? So there's a little bit of fog. Which way is that going? What if we scale it and get a little bit of it everywhere? Oops. Okay, and then we go Y translate and hide it a little more. I don't like that. Okay, edit. I think that's where I like it. Save this. And I think it's ready to render now. You always want to kind of think about atmosphere. Atmosphere and lights are kind of the last thing you do in your scene. Of course, you have to have lights at the beginning so you can see what you're doing. But like perfecting the lights and getting some drama in your lights is really the last part of your scene. Okay, so we're going to render this now. We've been rendering it at 1000. We'll go at 2000 and see first, and then I'll probably like render it at 4000, 2000. Okay, look at that fog, how it reticulated. Okay, okay, we're out of mesh grabber mode. You can't render while you're in mesh grabber mode. Okay. My fans have been so nice to me. Look at this. This is very nice. Look at that. Wow. I think I'm going to put her and this object into a group. Look at this. The fog is going to reticulate very nicely. That will be very nice. Where are we at? Let's hope it reticulates, because that's very grainy right there. I might try a different fog if this one doesn't reticulate well. I think it will. We're going to go up to 2,000, so we're only at like 400 and we're at 600. So I don't like what this is done here, so we're going to just cancel yes. Just a couple of things to do here. What we do is we take and put her. Where is she? Okay. This and her and the spotlight. We're going to put them together. What are those flowers? Well, whatever they are, we're not going to mess with them. Okay, we're going to put them in a group. Okay, figure and gate. And now we can take and go like this. And I can just move the whole thing, the light, the gate, move it down a little bit. Okay, like that. Let's see what this did. The gate has like a ground, and it was kind of like looking weird with the dandelions coming up with what looked like almost water or something. It just looked weird. Let's see if this fixed it. Yes, well, not really, but it's better. Better than it was. Okay, what if I bring it down a little more? Okay, we got it all selected here. Have a wonderful night, Angus. A good night's sleep, my friend. You take care. Thank you very much for being here. You've been here for, well, 3 hours and 3 minutes and 10 seconds. You have done very, very well, my friend. It is late. It is late. So you take care. Thanks for watching. I'm almost done, as you well know. So you take care. Have a good night. I will talk with you very soon, my friend. Very soon. Take care. Wonderful. It's lovely having you here. Very nice. So you take care. It looks like we've still got an issue with that, but let's see. I might end up just having to leave it, because now I've had kind of the lower part of her dress disappear. Did I get a gold star? You do. You get 10 gold stars. And you get an extra special treat in your lunchbox today. That looks better. I think it looks better than it did. I was thinking of putting a little, like, bunny rabbit here or something, but I think that'll work. This I think works. Oh, I know what I can do. I can just use more. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, would you like to cancel this render? Yes. So we can just pull this ball back up again like this. So her dress stands out, the rock stands out a little more. And then what I can do is use mesh grabber here. Tool settings, mesh grabber. We can grab this whole thing here. Oh, where would that be? That would be figure and gate. Forgotten gate. And we got to make that a little bigger. And I'm going to go to the perspective view so I can see this a little better. That didn't work, but let's see. Okay. Now I can take and push this. It looks like a little pond that's around all this. It is wet. I was wondering why it looked so wet. Can I see this in texture shaded mode? Not really. I need to take my markers and move them down. Ah, so everybody has left. That's okay. I'll still work here. I'm almost done. People will watch this after and enjoy it then. Where are my other biome? What's his mark? Okay. Oh, I know. This is the flowers marker. That's why that's what that is. It's like flowers. Okay. So it'll still work even though it's kind of under. All right. So now we can go back to our gate, figure and gate, for gate diorama. Now I can just push this little thing down in here like that. Diorama. And this here. This is how you do it, people. This is how you do it. And we got a little bit of this over here, which you won't see in the scene, I don't think, but we can kind of curb that a bit. Okay, I don't want to move the steps, so I have to move it far away and kind of use the fall off. I think that's enough now. I don't think that's going to be seen in the scene anyway. All right, save this. That fixed that little pond. You see, like either you use the pond and you have it like show or you don't, and I kind of prefer to not have it show. So that is that. And I just wonder about the quality of a $300 3090. So, but the thing is that if you can get 300 for it, you know, that's 1/3 of the way to a 4090, you know, or 1/4 of the way from, depending. Let's see, how much is the 4090? Probably 1,600, yeah. 185 with box as is. Something's wrong with that. $185 when all the other ones are okay. 4090 for $399. Something's wrong there. When all the other ones are like 1,700, 1,500, and it's like $500. That's a 3090. 3090. They don't have very many of them here. That one's $2,249. It's like really, like let's see, that's $600 above the manufacturer's price for one new. Yeah, look, I mean, just think about the kind of audacity that somebody has to sell something for that price when you can go on Amazon, 4090 for $1,700 and get one brand new. And they're selling it for 2,000. It's like, really, somebody ought, you ought to examine your brain, okay? Original packaging. Oh, but it's been opened, but it still has the original packaging, okay? An RTX 4090. It's just like, what the heck? It's like none of them here. This one is 2,600. This it's just they've scalped the price there. They're not worth more than maybe 1,600, 1,500. Look at this, 1,579. 1,600 is really what they're worth. Gigabyte is probably one of the best 4090s. That or Asus 4090. Gigabyte makes a good one. I think Gigabyte's kind of going out of business, but they've stopped making motherboards, I think. I think it's Gigabyte. Too many people complained, and too many people just started driving the company down with really negativity. That you see these people, they work with the companies, and the companies send them all these products to help make their web page go up, and then they just have the audacity to kind of like crap on that company. It's like, yeah, Daz Studio, I buy everything that I do. That's why I don't, but I'm just, sometimes I'm kind of rotten to Daz because they're trying to fix it, but they have had that disparity between male and female products and stuff. But other than that, I'm pretty darn nice to them, and I'm pretty darn nice. And, of course, I'm not going to be very happy with them being sexist, So, all right, I think we're going to save it again. And then I'm going to set my render up to 4,000. See if we can render this at 4,000. And then I'm probably going to be done for the night. So, yeah, my recommendation is don't buy a graphics card. Don't buy a 4090. Wait, you might have to wait like half a year to, buy a 5090. And if it's over $2,000, well, buy it. Still have to buy it. So, yeah. But buy a 5090. All right, so we're out of, okay, no, we're not out of Mesh Grabber. Now we are. And now we're going to go also to our render settings, and we're going to set this to 4,000. That's how we're going to render this. And maybe I'll render it at 6,000, because it might reticulate my fog a little better. And I'm going to save it one last time, because this is probably the last time I'm going to click render. Tonight is after this gets saved. And then I'm going to go in and watch some TV. Try not to think about potato and broccoli soup. Chicken, potato, broccoli soup. So it's like I could boil the bones tonight, but you know what would happen. And then I'd say, well, I might as well make it. It's, and I might as well have a bowl. That's how your diet gets spoiled. But I'll eat some water, before I go to bed, I'll eat a glass of water. Not the glass, of course. Yeah, it just really bothers me that how these people that have made like a massive, I mean, I wish I had the money they have, made lots of money, just have no problem coming out and being really negative about a company. That company that made them their millions. It's just not, it's not good. So, and they've, by sending them products to review and send, and you have to send them back and everything, but still, it's like, it's just, no, Daz doesn't send me products. They do give me deals on stuff, but I believe they're giving everybody else the same deals, They are. They're giving everybody else the same deals. They don't, I don't think, have a way of just like, well, let's just give him a deal. And this is kind of sticking up in the air, but that's okay. Her dress looks beautiful. Her hands look fine now. She looks good. We've got a little bit of this tree in behind here coming through, but that's all right. The leaves are sitting nicely. Hopefully this will reticulate. Let's see, where are we right now? We're at 27. So we got to hope this reticulates a lot. Yeah, you can see it reticulating right before our eyes. Let's see about the ground. Remember that problem with the ground? It's gone. Now we got dandelions here. This all looks good. Little pieces of grass there. This looks real. I love this green shade on this. And I think we have a tree inside. I thought that, oh, maybe that's a reflection of the tree on the glass. Let's just hope it is. It could be, so I don't think there was a tree there. So it's this tree that's reflecting there. Either way, it's not a problem if there's a tree inside. Well, she grows trees inside, so that's, I could be okay. Now this looks fine. It doesn't look like it needs sub-D or anything. These leaves don't have any really detail in them, but that's okay too. These ones do. Some of them don't, some of them do. This looks nice here, this little piece. It doesn't look like it's coming up through her gown. There's no grass coming through her gown either. Looks like her gown's doing something weird here, but it's maybe there's a step here or there's a rock that sticks up. That's still okay. She doesn't have leaves coming through her hair or neck or anything. She looks like she's looking at something, and I kind of wanted to put something there, but you can't because I'd have to put it like here. And then I thought about putting some deer, like a deer coming in here, but she's not looking at it, so I'd have to turn her head or something. And I kind of like the pose the way it is, so we're just going to leave it. This looks like it's starting to reticulate well. That might be a where are we now? We're only at 150. We're going to go up to at least 2,000. So, all right, this is going to do it for me. Angus is gone. And we've lost Cherry. And we've lost Serenity's Gate. And we have lost Art. But thank you. Many thanks to you people for being here as long as you could. It was very nice. And I'm sure some of you will watch the end of this tomorrow. And you have my greetings and my thanks for being here and watching this scene get made. Take care. Please If you have any Daz friends, you know the drill. I need 112, I think. 112 more subscribers. And then YouTube will consider if my channel is worthy of being entered into the hallowed halls of those content creators on YouTube. So, again, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and I will be back soon with more Ez3DTv. And we're going to go out with some polka with Sigmund's theme today. I can hear him jumping on the bed. So yes, thank you people for being here. And it's just been a wonderful night. It's been a wonderful night. I hope you've learned something. And I've got to itch my eye. So, all right. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye. It's RexRed saying so long for now. I will see you again in the next Ez3DTv tutorial. Bye-bye.